of the BJP, etc., in the so-called Hindu lobby wrote extensive pieces, but also international publications, viewers, like Al Jazeera, BBC and others, who have been suspicious of Hindus in this country and what they want and where they want to go. Now, viewers, the whistleblower has been arrested for inconsistent testimony, but now that he has been literally unmasked, the story of a web of intrigue is bubbling to the surface. Was the so-called whistleblower groomed by handlers to malign Hindu places of worship to shake the faith of believers? Why didn't the Karnataka government at the very least conduct a preliminary probe to ascertain the credentials of the so-called masked complainant? For the Congress Karnataka government, is this about truth or weaponizing a narrative to discredit the BJP's project to restore Hindu pride? Viewers, let's put out some of these questions to our guests, beginning with Tejasvi Surya, BJP MP from Bengaluru. Let's go straight across to him. And with me, the Member of Parliament from Karnataka, from Bengaluru, in fact, Tejasvi Surya of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you, Mr. Surya, for speaking to me. This is a massive story, captured a lot of attention nationally, not just in the state. There was the suggestion that there was a massive scandal associated with the temple town, in specific with the temple management, brought a lot of untoward sort of attention on the temple. But now it turns out that the facts that were presented earlier, especially by the man on your screen, N Chinnayya, were not quite the way it was first suggested. Now, why is the BJP going to lead a Dharamsthala Chalo march in Karnataka on September 1st? What has brought this about?
Thank you and good evening, Rahul. First of all, the last 2-3 weeks has been a period of intense anxiety for millions of followers of Dharmasthala. For a lack of a better equivalence, the Manjunatha, temple in Dharmasthala occupies the same seriousness and reverence as Tirupati Balaji or Ayodhya Ram Mandir, occupies in especially this part of Karnataka. Millions of devotees, especially coming from the poorest of poor sections, throng every day in millions to seek the blessings of this temple. That's how important a religious institution this is. Absolutely ridiculous allegations were made. Thousands of murders, this was the numbers. Questions were specifically asked whether it was tens or hundreds or thousands. And the complainant said thousands. So thousands of murders was alleged to have been, taken place here, orchestrated by the temple management over a few years, all women and all raped and sexually abused before murder. And the complainant said that he alone was tasked to dispose of these bodies. And every night he said he would go, like Vikram Betal, and go and, dispose of these bodies by digging graves every day. And he even came before the police holding in his hand a human skull. The SIT, before it was formed, I am told very reliably, a few very senior police officers in the state advised the state government and the chief minister specifically to conduct at least a modicum of preliminary inquiry about this person, his allegations, before an SIT was constituted. If you go back, Rahul, the very first reaction the CM gave when asked upon the these allegations, the very first reaction of the CM was that you can't constitute an SIT just because some unnamed random person comes and asks. But 24 hours later, the CM makes a U-turn and an SIT is constituted hurriedly, almost enthusiastically. And over the last 2 days, we are learning from different sources that this SIT was constituted after instructions to that effect were given from Delhi. Who gave these instructions?
No,
it was upon this instruction that CM's first position of we can't we can't constitute an SIT randomly on allegations. 2, this is a very serious case and therefore an SIT has to be constituted. A big change took place. My first question to the Chief Minister is, today we welcome the constitution of the SIT then, and we are welcoming the constitution of the SIT even today. But the first question remains, would the Chief Minister and the Congress state government have shown the same enthusiasm and urgency in constituting an SIT if such allegations were made against a non-Hindu religious institution? Second, if the instructions came from Delhi and upon such instructions, at the behest of such instructions, SIT was constituted, who from Delhi gave these instructions? The people of Karnataka deserve the right to know. Third, and most importantly, within a matter of a couple of hours, the masked man appears, makes these allegations, and the allegations are so very well crafted. A fictitious lady is brought into picture, a fictitious daughter is then created, and that daughter is raped, and that daughter is murdered, and then photographs are fabricated. On the basis of this, FIR is registered, and a posse of lawyers, senior advocates who charge not less than 5 to 6 lakh rupees per hearing, a posse of such lawyers come in defense of this so-called sanitary worker, an ex-employee of Dharmasthala, and an SIT is formed, and local media, YouTube channels, to BBC, an entire ecosystem starts creating a narrative about this. Special journalists or investigators or whatever you call them are sent by channels like BBC to come and cover, stingers are sent from various parts of the country to cover this story in detail. And the digging of the graves begin. Not for 1 day, not for 2 days, but 16 full days this activity continues, and not a single shred of evidence is discovered.
No, so you're suggesting that this
this drama, would this have continued if this was any other institution?
Okay, so first of all, you're suggesting that...
what I'm trying to tell you, Rahul, is people of Karnataka are very clear.
Yeah.
Just give me 20 seconds.
Yes.
That this masked man is nothing but a pawn in a larger orchestra. Somebody sitting afar has written a very clear, malicious script. There are handlers, there are people who have funded this whole exercise. And the 4 or 5 people whose faces we are seeing, these are just mere pawns. There are bigger handlers sitting somewhere.
No, but to what end?
Who are these people?
To what end? To what end? What are you suggesting? To what end is this exercise, this conspiracy being carried out? What is the motive?
The motive is very simply to denigrate, defame, and destabilize the faith that people have in an institution as holy as Dharmasthala. My request to the viewers through you, Rahul, is to simply make a Google search of the seva activities that Dharmasthala and the foundation that is headed by the temple management family. No, the rural development projects.
That one is aware of. But just 1 second. I want to come back to this because...
That is what is targeted.
Okay, I just want to come back to this because you are alleging a massive conspiracy to defame the faith. This is a very serious charge. And the Congress government there has come out and said that we needed to constitute this SIT because we wanted to ensure that if it were the case, then justice would be done. If it weren't the case, the truth would appear and we would be able to then expose the larger conspiracy. So it's a case, they say, of, doomed if we do and damned if we don't. So that's what they're claiming.
Very, very convenient to say that today, after having played a part in this whole exercise as almost a willing co-conspirator. Why did the Chief Minister at the first instance say we can't constitute an SIT? And why did 24 hours later, was he a willing part to this entire constitution of the SIT, even after senior police officers told him that before such a constitution, a preliminary inquiry needs to be done? Why wasn't a basic preliminary inquiry not done? Okay. Rahul, my question is, look at give me 10 seconds, please. Just the absurdity of the allegations. Thousands of murders. and one person tasked
Okay, well,
every night to go into the forest and, dispose of the dead bodies.
okay, well, viewers, that was Tejaswi Surya laying out the BJP's position. Let's open this up. Let me go straight across to Mr. Abbas, who joins us, as well as Ashwini Mishra, and of course the national spokesperson of the BJP, Sanju Verma. We also have with us at this moment Abhijit Iyer Mitra, senior fellow of the IPCS. Mr. Abbas, a very simple and straightforward question.
Yes, please.
The Manjunatha temple is a place of great reverence, and these claims were devastatingly damaging to the reputation of the Hindu temple. But the government took them at face value. The government took them at face value. It gave ammunition to detractors to build a narrative to defame the faith, and that narrative has unspooled in a manner which has led to a lot of Hindus feeling very, very aggrieved.
I will answer that, Rahul Saab. Firstly, had the Siddaramaiah Congress government not ordered an inquiry on the same, if they did not hold the special investigation team led by the chief Pranab Mohanty, it would be the same Bharatiya Janata Party who would raise question and say, oh, who is Siddaramaiah trying to shield? Oh, is the Congress government here trying to help the culprits or the criminals behind this act? But the same Bharatiya Janata Party, when this took place, I see my constituency of Bengaluru South, Mr. Tejaswi Surya. Where was the same Surya? Surya Grahast kyun ho gaya tha when this came into play about roughly 2 to 3 weeks back? The same Tejaswi Surya and the Bharatiya Janata Party in my state of Karnataka was finger on the lip, quietly watching all of this taking place. If they were the real flag bearers of the beautiful religion of Hinduism, if they really felt for it, why did not they speak a word then? And it's not just the Congress party. There's been huge pressure from national media, YouTubers, content creators, hundreds in numbers who are there at Dharmasthala covering every single excavation. The fact of the matter is, the Siddaramaiah Congress government did everything in its ability, and I'm glad.
A lot of people have accused him of vulture journalism, landing up there deliberately to amplify a particular kind of propaganda. You heard Tejaswi Surya. Anyhow, let me just bring in Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, why do you suggest that there is an underhand motive here? Can you explain it?
Rahul, let me make one thing very clear. The whistleblower has been arrested. But today, and I'm not going to hesitate to, name and shame people. If there is a case against me, so be it. But I'm going to call out, PD media. They keep talking about a Godi media. I'm going to call out this Hindu-phobic media and some journalists who've been given a brazen run with rabid impunity by powers that be. First and foremost, Rahul, I want to ask this question. Whistleblower has been arrested. But what about Dhanya Rajendran of the News Minute? And I have tweeted about this. She ran a story. She carried so many interviews about a lady called Sujata Bhatt, pardon me. Sujata Bhatt did not even have a daughter called Ananya Bhatt. There are 3 people from News Minute. Dhanya Rajendran, there is another lady called Pooja Prasanna, and then there is another lady called Shivani Kawa. These 3 ladies, they carried out interviews of Sujata Bhatt. Sujata Bhatt claimed that her daughter, Ananya Bhatt, was raped, slaughtered, butchered, and is a part of the so-called mass killing fields in one of those 17 sites, at Dharmasthala. I want to ask one question. A whistleblower says something. How can Dhanya Rajendran, without proof, without evidence, without any skeletal remains, run so many stories peddling a false narrative? And my last point is this. Now look at this. No, Rahul, please, wait a minute. Dhanya Rajendran and the News Minute, they actually filed a defamation case in 2022-23 against Janam TV and certain other news journals saying, we were accused of taking funds from George Soros' Open Society Foundation. We were accused of taking funds from Ford Foundation. Nothing of the sort is true. And people who accused us should take down their videos. I, in my Twitter post on X, told Dhanya Rajendran Now that it has come to light that this entire Dharmasthala narrative was false, was part of reckless narrative to blame Hindus, will you retract your story? And this lady does not have the decency to retract her story. Sometimes apologizing with humility works, not brazening it out. My final point is this, Rahul.
Look, one second. Sanju Verma, this is, the question wasn't about Dhanya Rajendran or this person or that person, and I don't want to get into that. You know, you can please move any court you want to sort of set that record right, etc., etc. But I want to come back to the point. Why do you suggest that there is an underhand motive here? We've gone off on a tangent about some media organizations. I don't even know where they are, who they are. Anyhow, these are people that you've named. But I want to understand from you, why do you believe that there is an underhand motive that the Congress government there in Karnataka ordered the SIT, because the charge that has been made by Mr. Surya was done precipitatedly to try and defame the Hindu religion. So can you explain this?
You know, Rahul, I think you're a very seasoned journalist, and I don't think you need to be a rocket scientist to understand that the core DNA of the Congress party is Hindu-phobic, be it in Telangana, be it in Himachal Pradesh, or be it in Karnataka. Who went to the Supreme Court in 2006-07 signing an affidavit saying Prabhu Ram to hai nahi? प्रभु राम के अस्तित्व पर किसने सवाल खड़े किए थे? The Congress Party. Who said that the Ram Setu never existed? The Congress Party. Ahead of 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the speech of Mallikarjun Kharge is viral on social media. It keeps popping up every now and then. He says if Narendra Modi is elected for the second time, then you will see a Hindu Taliban in the making. But Narendra Modi has come back to power for the third time in a row. That's different altogether. And then you have Sushil Kumar Shinde, Digvijay Singh, who propagated the false theory of saffron terror, Hindu terror, RSS ki sazish hai. Don't you see a common thread running? And by the way, who's the Congress's most strongest alliance partner, Rahul? It is DMK. And what did Udayalidi Stalin say? He said Sanatan Dharma is equal to dengue, rabies, malaria, COVID.
Okay, so you're saying there is no coincidence here. Okay, so Abhijit Iyer Mitra is there with us, Ashwini Mishra. These are not coincidences, says Sanju Verma. This is a well-established pattern. So, Mr. Iyer, is this about truth or weaponizing a narrative to discredit the BJP's project to restore Hindutva Asmita or Hindutva pride? Is that really what it is? To make Hindus feel sheepish about their own faith and not identify with this larger project, which is about reclaiming the I.N.D.I.A and so forth?
Of course, it has always been the pattern. You tell me, why is Hindu consolidation happening? Precisely because over the last decades, there has been this consistent pattern of attack. You know what Sanju told you? This channel, the News Minute, they act as the personal Dobermans or Rottweilers of the Congress party. Of course, they're paid Rottweilers and Dobermans. I shouldn't insult Rottweilers and Dobermans. They're very loyal dogs. It's just that these are the paid Rottweilers of this thing. Now, when they go after somebody, not even when they're in full possession of facts, they are doing hour-long programs between them and News Laundry, defaming a thing. How do you go after somebody without even knowing the facts, Rahul? It takes you 16 days to figure out that the skull is 40 years old. Who are we kidding? It takes 24 hours in a test lab to figure that one out. And on top of that, you have a very specific pattern. It is the same channels, BBC, Al Jazeera, News Laundry, the News Minute, which is the News Laundry of the South, doing the exact same attack pattern stories. Will any one of them come out and apologize?
Okay, but Mr. Iyer, they're not here.
But also add this.
They're not here to answer. They're not here to answer for themselves and their journalism. So let's just park them.
No, they attack people without getting anybody to answer for it, Rahul. Exactly. I'm sorry, they don't get the decency that they don't give others. You treat garbage like garbage.
No, okay, but there's still the garbage, alleged garbage is not here to defend its own garbage.
They're not alleged garbage. They actually stink.
Okay, so whatever it is, the point is they're not here. So I just don't want to go down that route right now, but I just want to ask you, you said there is a narrative building exercise here to discredit the BJP's project. How does this work on the ground? Can you just spell that out for me? How does that work on the ground? And I want to bring in Ashwini Mishra right after that. Yes.
The way this works is you put out one story. it doesn't matter if it is wrong because the damage is already done. For the last 16 days, you have run a campaign. After that, there will be no apology, there will be no publication. If the publication of an apology is put, you would have taken 16 days of prime time doing these shows. Then you will put one small note somewhere at the bottom saying errors in the story are regretted, which will then never appear.
Okay, so this becomes...
And that is how narratives are fed. You had 24 hours is all it takes to analyze the age of a skeleton. Are you telling me they did not know this prior to that?
Okay.
Exactly.
It takes 2
Rahul,
to
can I
3
quickly
hours.
come in for 10 seconds?
Yeah, one second,
You
let me
can
finish.
take 2 to 3 hours to figure out who is lying in a proper, professionally conducted interrogation. Now, I would accept the fact that Karnataka police are incompetent, were it not for the fact that Karnataka police have absolutely no role in how Al Jazeera, BBC and co are managed. They certainly don't have any role in how News Laundry and the News Minute do their joint little garbage podcasts.
Okay.
Rahul?
Yes, Sanju Verma, very quickly. I want to bring in Mr. Ashwini Mishra right now. Yeah.
Rahul, I wholeheartedly endorse what Abhijit Iyer Mitra has said. He's used strong words, garbage podcast, but the reality is even more horrifying. So more power to him. But I just want to say one thing to you. Why is this a fake narrative? It is because the same News Minute said Kashmir Files is propaganda. The same News Minute said that the Kerala story is propaganda. The same News Minute said that the illegal encroachments by the Muslim community in Uttarakhand is BJP's pet Hindutva project, denying the reality. The same News Minute very recently on the 20th of August 2024, if you remember, there was this Ajmer sex scandal verdict. After 32 years of legal struggle, the district court sentenced 6 men to life imprisonment for mass rape and blackmail of 100 schoolgirls in Ajmer in 1990s, and all these 100 schoolgirls were Hindus. And I remember the News Laundry and News Minute said this is BJP's Hindutva propaganda. So thodi sharam nahi aati hai. You find everything a propaganda.
So the charge is that the Congress institutes an inquiry. It has some of its favorable media entities, and I'm not going into names here, viewers. These are not my claims. I can't underscore any of this or even support any of this. All I can say is that these people have to come out and defend their own journalism. Questions are being asked. I wish they were here. I wish I had known that they would be invoked in this broadcast. One could have tried to sort of connect with them. But anyhow, in their absence, I cannot in any way stand as guarantor for any of these claims. But the question is, the larger question is, and I want to bring in Mr. Mishra, I think some examples have been given by Sanju Verma here. That the question is, the Congress, it appears, cannot be trusted with safeguarding the sensitivities. I'm not talking about interests, I'm talking about the sensitivities of Hindus. And this is crucial. She listed a few examples. You have been not able to, I'm saying the Congress party has not been able to explain why they're still in alliance, for example, with the DMK that has come out and wanted to publicly exterminate Sanatan Dharma and cause, and there's another soundbite of another VCK leader today who said quite a few objectionable things according to BJP and other Hindu groups. So clearly there is a problem here. Clearly the Congress is failing to represent all communities. It only wants to represent those communities who it thinks will give it votes.
Rahul, it is very laughable what Sanju ji and Abhijit Iyer Mitra thinks that BJP is the only guardians of the Hindutvas. I am sorry, Hindutva existed for thousands of years and BJP just been 55-year-old
No, but then Rahul Gandhi calls it, no, hang on, you've invoked the word Hindutva, I haven't. Rahul Gandhi says that Hindutva is the thought out divisive ideology of the RSS, which is the Muslim Brotherhood of this country or equivalent, that they are divisive people who wanted partition. So please make up your mind.
I am talking about Hindus, Rahul, and not the extremism which is ingested into Hindus by BJP's. BJP's all politics lies around communalizing everything. This is an initiative.
Mr. Mishra, the Congress has equated Hindutva with terrorism. What are you saying?
Rahul, I'm talking about Hindus. Hindus, Sanatanis existed for thousands of years.
Who came up with the term Hindu terror?
It was by Mr. R.K. Singh, who later become a secretary in BJP government. Who was, I think, R.K. Singh. I don't recall exact name, but I think it was R.K. Hey, come on, you do your research.
No,
And
RSS
Sanjay
ki
ji, it is an
sazish.
administrative.
Who said RSS ki sazish? Who said RSS ki sazish? It was your leader.
That's the
Digvijay
problem.
Singh.
They
there is
don't
a-
want to
Former
listen.
Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh.
Abhijit Iyer Mitra is holding up something. Yes, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, can you take us through that? What is it that you're holding up?
You consider me Hindu or not? I am Ashwini Mishra. Do you
this
think
is
I need
from
a
the
certificate
wire.
of Hindu
Sorry?
from you or not?
I don't. This
Do I
is from
need
the
a certificate?
wire.
Okay.
Let me read this
One
out.
second. Abhijit Iyer Mitra is making an important intervention. Yes.
This is from the wire. Rahul Gandhi's humane Hinduism totally differs from the violent and hateful Hindutva of the BJP RSS.
Yes, that is exactly
Yes.
what I said. Hindus is not
No,
what
no.
RSS
That is not
put
what-
across.
that means he
Hindus
said
are
that
always
you
being
talk
the
about
liberals.
Hinduism a violent
They always
religion.
believe in
Can you
the
talk
survey
about
Baba
The Congress
Islam?
spokesperson
Do you
just
have the
called
guts to
Hinduism
talk
a
about
violent,
radical
hateful
Islam?
You
religion.
made
Do you
all
have the
Hindus
guts to talk
No,
about
no, no.
radical
You just
Islam?
called Hinduism a
Do you have
violent,
the
hateful
guts to talk
religion.
about radical
radicals.
Islam? Jawab do.
This
Rahul?
is, you are creating the Hindu radicals. You created one in 1948.
One
who
second,
killed
one
Gandhi.
second,
He says you are not Hindus.
One second. Let's not go down that route, because I can pull out numerous examples of how the Congress has come out on the streets in support of those that have been sentenced to death by the Supreme Court for terrorism. So don't tell us.
Yaqub
You also
Memon.
wanted to pass off
You remember
2611.
Yaqub Memon?
You also wanted to pass off 2611 as not a terror attack by Muslim
ki sazish.
by Muslim extremists or Islamists,
All-
but
all
by the
those-
RSS.
all-
Digvijay
all
Singh.
those-
Rahul?
All those
Can I
are
quickly come in,
propaganda by BJP, Rahul.
Oh, come
This
on,
was
please.
purely
These are
an-
things that are on record, sir. Yes, Sanju Verma, quick response.
I need to
And then I
come
want to
in.
move on, because we've got other stories of the
point.
same
I'd like to
type to
make a quick
focus on
point here,
viewers.
also.
This is not a coincidence.
Okay.
Yes, Sanju Verma.
Quickly.
I need
Rahul, there was a man called Yaqub Memon who was given the capital punishment in 2015. The entire Congress top brigade and radical Islamist Jamaat knocked at 2 a.m. on the doors of the Supreme Court saying, Yaqub Memon ko फांसी पर मत चढ़ाइए. He is the same man. Due to him, in the 1993 Mumbai blast, 257 innocent victims lost their lives. The Bombay Stock Exchange came under heavy fire. It would have been obliterated had the then government, I don't hesitate in giving credit to Narasimha Rao, ensuring that the stock market was not harmed. My limited point is, beat Burhan Wani, beat Yaqub Memon, beat somebody called Terari Velen. Why is it that Congress का हमेशा जो sympathy factor है, वो आतंकियों के साथ रहता है,
Mr.
कांग्रेस
Abbas.
के हाथ आतंक के साथ.
I'd like
Mr.
to-
Abbas, quick response to that, and I want Abhijit Iyer Mitra to come in with the last question. Yes.
Quick 30-second response. Sanju ji, you're well aware I'm from the state of Karnataka, ma'am. 2 years back in the Karnataka State Assembly, Hindus, Vokkaligas, Lingayats, Kurubas, several other crores of voters, Hindu voters, voted for the Congress party. If the Congress party was anti-Hindu, are you challenging the intelligence of and the might of my
Crores
Hindu
of people
brothers and
have voted
sisters
for
of
Narendra Modi.
Karnataka?
That is
For the
Ma'am,
third time in a
you
row,
need to,
and you
you
keep
need to
questioning
please
Narendra
get
Modi.
away. Ma'am,
Crores of
you need to
Hindus
get away
have
with
voted
this,
for Narendra
with this
Modi.
Hindu Muslim,
And you still
please.
undermine
मैं
Narendra
हाथ जोड़
Modi
के आपसे
every
विनती
single
करता
Hindu
हूँ.
Muslim,
Stop
sir,
this Hindu
Mr.
Muslim,
Abbas,
undermine
Mr.
Narendra
Abbas,
Modi
would the
every single
Karnataka
day.
government ever have instituted an inquiry had some random individual gotten up from the, I'm sorry
will
to
answer
say,
that,
from the
sir.
Muslim community and said that there are some unsavory goings on
That question
in a
I will
particular
answer that.
masjid? They wouldn't have. They haven't done so.
No.
Abhijit
You
Iyer
can't
Mitra,
say
am I
that.
right
Had it
or am
been
I
a-
wrong on
had
this
it
point?
been-
There have been complaints that have been made
had it
against a
been a
large number of
masjid,
Maulvis, never been
church,
investigated.
Gurudwara,
Yes.
The Congress government would have
How
rightly
many
constituted
times have we
SIT.
heard of child sexual abuse coming from madrasas, Rahul? Have any of them been investigated? They have
Of
to
course they
then
have been
take on
investigated.
an avalanche effect in the public
culprits,
abuse
those criminals have
before
been
they order
arrested.
investigations into all of these. Do you know why? because they
Stop
immediately come out and
communalizing
start burning
everything.
buildings, burning buses.
Well,
They
You are-
exercise the retweet.
you are
Well, let me
doing
tell
too
you.
much damage
One
to the
second, one
Hindus,
second.
Abhijit
Gentlemen,
Mitra.
one second. I just want to step in here because, viewers, I'm just going to move the needle forward a little bit on this debate. The same panel will stay with us. And you'll understand what is going on. If I were to proceed in the same vein, we confront a pattern that is becoming impossible to ignore. Appeasement politics as practiced by the India bloc to the point that it impinges on Hindu sensitivities. And let me talk you through these examples. Consider them, viewers. The Karnataka government, you won't believe this, the Karnataka Congress government has invited Booker Prize winner Banu Mushtaq to inaugurate the Dasera festivities in the name of enabling secularism and inclusiveness. Now, Mushtaq, viewers, nothing against her. She's the lady in the middle of your screens on the left who is being felicitated there. She's undoubtedly a modern-day literary superstar. She won the Man Booker Award. But the brilliance of her writing cannot hide the optical absurdity of inviting a Muslim to preside over a festival that celebrates the heroism of revered Hindu god Lord Ram. And that same Ram, viewers, in honor of whom a temple was built in Ayodhya, but the Congress chose not to attend the opening ceremony. Would the Karnataka government have ever, and I'm asking you this, invited a Hindu to preside over Eid festivities anywhere? If secularism needs to be fed through the optics, then why did the Congress chafe when the N.D.I.A in the Waqf amendment bill threw open the Waqf boards to non-Muslims? They said, no, non-Muslims cannot be the custodians of Waqf properties. But here, viewers, Muslims are being given the keys really to inaugurate a very important and pious occasion, which is held in great esteem and regard by Hindus. Then again, over in Kerala, the Chief Minister has invited Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin to officiate over Lord Ayyappa Sangamam or the summit. The CM has never hidden his disdain for Sanatan Dharma. His son, who is Tamil Nadu's Deputy Chief Minister, even called for its extermination. And above all this, is it a coincidence then that the UPA era Planning Commission member and Congress sympathizer Saida Hamid, the lady on your extreme right, has declared that India should open its borders to Bangladeshi migrants as they are all humans? So viewers, these are the three examples that I'm just taking. Randomly I'm picking them today, viewers, because a lot of these incidents have taken place today. The India bloc seems to be pitching its tent squarely in the appeasement tent. Can it deny it is placing sectarian vote bank calculations above civilizational pride, cultural sanctity, and even national security? Let's open this up, and I want to go straight across to Mr. Abbas. I want to bring in Mr. Mishra, and obviously we have the BJP's national spokesperson, we have Abhijit Iyer Mitra. So Mr. Mishra, I want to ask you, Sayyida Hamid, who's part of the UPA, was part of the executive then, was an instrumentality in planning India's future. She comes out and says that she has no problems if we open the borders to Bangladeshis. Let them come here, they have an equal right, they are not harming anybody, they are not taking anything from anybody. So basically you're endorsing now, forget about anything else, hurting Hindu sensitivities, I'm not even going there. You are today undermining the national security for what, sir?
Rahul, it is her individual opinion and it is not an important topic to discuss.
No, it's not an individual opinion. No, there are several people who have argued the case for these Bangladeshis and said we should open the border. Should I list the names for you, sir?
Rahul, I am well aware of all those names.
So then how are you saying it's an individual opinion?
Let me finish.
Who has batted for the Rohingyas?
Hardeep Singh Puri was the one who offered Rohingyas Pakka Makan during Delhi election. There is a tweet from him. He guaranteed that Pakka Makan all Rohingyas will get during Delhi election. And moreover, if you talk about the infiltration problem in Assam, that is the real debate. Why so many infiltrators are there? Why so many illegal migrants are there? If you look at our borders, we fence around 2,700 kilometers of Bangladesh border in UPA government. BJP could do only 400 400 kilometers of the
want to come in
border.
here.
And the problem is BJP is hiding its incapability,
Excuse
is
me,
hiding
Mr. Mishra.
hiding behind
The
this
question
statement.
is not how they are coming in. The question is who's legitimizing this. That's the question I'm asking. She's legitimizing it. Other Congress leaders have legitimized it. Should I tell you what Sam Pitroda said? What difference does it make if they come in? We can share our land with all these infiltrators, etc. What's the big deal?
Rahul, even our government wanted to bring in a bill called CAA to get more infiltrators into the country.
They're not infiltrators, sir.
No, that's what you are trying to bring in more people from the different countries to our country.
Which different countries? These are
how
Muslim
Sam
countries who are
Pitroda's-
terrorizing Hindus
These
and
are
Sikhs.
persecuted Hindus.
Where can Hindus go?
Call them what they are.
Why
persecuted Hindus.
you think only Hindus
Rahul.
are being terrorized there? Why can't be other
rest aren't
minority
our
communities,
responsibility.
other
The
communities
rest are
cannot
not
be
our
terrorized there?
responsibility.
Okay.
Who will get that
One
certificate?
second.
Who's terrorized? Who's not
So,
terrorized?
so you're saying, Mr. Mishra, let's brazen it out. Let's brazen it out. Let's brazen infiltration out. It doesn't matter who creates the atmosphere,
No, we are saying
the
all
optics,
illegal
as well
migrants-
as a legal framework
No, Rahul,
to accommodate
no,
them.
Rahul.
Is that what you're saying?
Rahul,
We are saying all illegal migrants should be kicked out, but in the name of illegal migrants,
Oh,
you
really? If they
cannot
should be kicked
punish-
out, then why are you against
You
what the
cannot
Election Commission
punish-
is doing? You've called it an NRC.
No, because Election Commission is kicking out the legal citizens of India.
Sir, on what basis?
they are
Has there
cutting
been
the
any
votes of
complaint?
legal citizens
No,
of
has there
India.
been any complaint brought before the ECI? No. It's putting out statistics. Almost 97.1% of the people have responded. Sanju Verma,
lakhs
respond to
people
him.
has
He's
already
saying that you
put
are
up a
creating, Sanju Verma, he's saying that you are trying to polarize using this issue. We should be magnanimous. Let's open our country out to anybody and everybody. We should Dharamsthala.
you know, Rahul, now I heard him. I
never
need my
said that.
time. Very quickly, I just want to say one thing. Please, Mr. Mishra, I didn't heckle you. I heard whatever you have to say. Thank you. First and foremost, let's get one thing clear. Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Chief Minister of Assam, is at the epicenter of a controversy because he's always made it very clear Assam is not going to be a Dharamsthala for illegal aliens, Ghuspetias and Rohingyas. And now, why did he say that? He has said that in the last 3 to 4 decades, the average rate of growth of Muslim population in Assam is between 32 to 33%. The average rate of growth of Hindu population is less than 10%. Then he goes on to say that this entire decadal growth of 32 or 33% is not entirely organic. It is because of infiltrators and illegal aliens treating Assam like their home and hearth. And let us not forget one thing. There was a man called Tarun Gogoi. He was the Chief Minister of Assam from 2001 to 2016 for a good 15 years, the father of Gaurav Gogoi. And it is between 2001 and 2011, Rahul, I have data which you can ask your team to fact check. The Muslim population in Assam rose from just 24 lakh in 2001 to 1.34 crore in 2011. It rose by 3, 4, 5.5 times. And how did this happen? Because of Ghuspetias. Who mollycoddled them? Tarun Gogoi. Who is Tarun Gogoi? A senior Congress leader. And he was the closest confidant of Sonia Gandhi before he died 5 years back. But the limited point is this. You have to listen to this. I was very shocked seeing this statistic in 10 seconds.
Allow me to rebut.
Please, 1 minute.
No, 1 second.
Dhubri, Bongaigaon, please. Dhubri, Bongaigaon, Goalpara, Barpeta, Nagaon, Hojai, Salmara, Morigaon, Darang, Hailakandi have Muslim population now in excess of anywhere between 63 to 64%. Dhubri has 77% Muslim concentration. Ye kaise hua? So Himanta should not speak about Rohingyas. He should not speak about Bangladeshi Ghuspetias. And I want to ask Sayyida Hamid, there are 57 Islamic nations. You are saying land belongs to Allah. So Iran, Iraq, Algeria, large parts of Western Africa, Northern Africa, which are Islamic, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan, ये भी तो अल्लाह का दिया हुआ है. बोलिए जाकर बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठिया
You know,
को
viewers-
57 Islamic nations.
Okay,
में
1 second, 1 second. This is an important point.
misinformation.
This is an
Can you
important
deviate?
point. And Abhijit Iyer Mitra, before I bring in the others who will now
Allow me
try
20
to... No, no, 1 second, Mr. Mishra. You yourself, just viewers, you might have heard him, about 7 minutes back, he said, and Mr. Mitra, please put some perspective on this. Did he not say that the BJP has been promoting a rampant, bigoted Hindutva that militates against Muslims in this country? Yet, Mr. Mitra, they want Muslims to settle here. If they were so unsafe, why are they promising so much? First point. Secondly, Mr. I.N. Mitra, there's another strange contradiction. They themselves in the states that they're ruling, each chief minister, all three of them, from Himachal to Karnataka, now to Telangana today, has come out and said, I have no money to fulfill the guarantees that we are promising Indian citizens. Yet they want more citizens to come from another country that they hold up as being a templar of good governance, by the way. 2 years back, they were quoting statistics from Bangladesh saying life is much better in Bangladesh for the average Joe citizen than it is in India. So, aaj aapki itni kyun? Why is your heart bleeding so much, Mr. I.N. Mitra? Can you put this in perspective for me? I'm confused.
Do you remember the BSF just last month came out against West Bengal saying that they're not allowing us to complete border fencing? I went last month to Dauki Lake in Meghalaya. I had gone to see Ma Kamakhya in Guwahati, and after that I went to Dauki Lake. Fencing kuch bhi nahi hai udhar. You can't even put up fencing. You know, Dauki Lake is that lake in Meghalaya which you see photos of, where you know it is crystal clear, it's a Dauki river, and you can see the boat's reflection under this thing. What fencing did they put up? There was no proper fencing. The only proper fencing was done on the Pakistan side of the border, not on the Bangladesh side of the border. Then remember, they also oppose the NRC. They want to oppose any enumeration of citizens. Fine, you oppose the SIR, then why did you oppose the NRC? That was also a validation process. They basically look, their crown prince and co, and now the crown princess, are elected from Kerala by a particularly regressive population out there. This is the population that started the Mopla revolt against some joker sitting in Istanbul being removed from his position and went around going around slitting Hindu throats and raping Hindu women. This is their electorate. This is their core constituency. This is who they have to satisfy.
So,
what is the position? They want more of these people coming in. No.
Yeah.
He just said, Hindutva is what, 3,000 years old, and his leader says Hindutva is a hateful whatever.
And the BJP is practicing politics that is disenfranchising Muslims, yet they don't mind. Saying India is such a beautiful land of love and fresh air, come and live here. You know, viewers, there's something inherently problematic here. But one second, Mr. Abbas, let me bring you in. I want to ask you a question. And answer it with your hand on your heart, because I know the position that you took, so you can't do a U-turn today. I want to ask you, should non-Muslims be heading or being appointed to Waqf boards or masjid management committees, sir? Answer me this question, yes or no?
Rahul sahab, आपका सवाल ना जमीन आसमान का फर्क है.
I'm asking you this question. Can you answer this question? Do you support the appointment of non-Muslims to masjid management committees and, sir, Waqf boards? Yes or no?
This is a flawed question.
No, I'm asking you, yes or no? No, it's not a flawed question, because the opposition to it has come from Mr. Owaisi and the Congress party. So I'm asking you, what is your position tonight?
My position is very clear. There is Zameen Asman mein jitna fark hai, utna Waqf board aur Dasra mein hai. Those are two different things. You're comparing apples and oranges. Coming to Banu Mushtaq, who is a
I'm asking you, how is it different?
Icon.
How is it different? Then why is Mr. Owaisi, why has Mr. Owaisi got a problem with it? No, explain to us. Explain to us. Explain to us.
If you allow me, yes, I will. I will.
Tell me.
Dasara, Rahul Sahab, you're from Karnataka. For the last 4,414 years, it's being held. Not just Banu Mushtaq ji, but there's also been a legendary person called Bargur Ramchandrappa, who was an atheist. He was also the face of Dasara. He was also a guest. Not just him. Previously, Nisar Ahmad, there were great Sikh gurus who were invited as guests. There were great pastors who was invited as guests. This time, the government chose Banu Mushtaq because she's a Kannada literary icon, pride of Karnataka and a pride of India.
Sir, I'm asking you, you said there's a Zameen Asman. You used the word, there is a difference between the ground and the sky, between Dasara and a Waqf board. So explain to me why you believe so. One is secular in your views and one is religious in your views. So which one is religious and which one is secular? Which one is non-religious?
राहुल साहब, जमीन आसमान से ज्यादा इसमें एप्पल्स और ऑरेंजेस का फर्क है. If there is a refrigerator at your place, please open. एप्पल को देखो, ऑरेंज को देखो.
I want you to tell me what is the difference. What is the difference?
Rahul,
What is the difference?
Waqf board क्या है? What does it do? A
does
property
it
which
do?
is given away in the name of
I want to
Allah.
come in here.
That is Waqf board.
Okay.
What is Dasra? Dasra is a great celebration.
It's a great
of
celebration.
Lord
It has no
Shri
religious
Ram.
connotations according to him. Viewers, zero for the Hindus.
Zero. Absolutely.
Rahul,
Okay, Iyer Mitra, please, yes.
Is this a joke? Is this a news program or a joke? Dasera has no religious connotation.
Who's saying it does not have a religious connotation?
Then
You
I'm
just
talking
said it
about
right
Waqf
now.
board.
You just
Waqf
said it
board.
right now.
No, don't put words into my mouth.
He
Abhijit,
just said
my
it.
friend. No. All I'm
He
saying
just
is
said it.
these are two different things.
This is
When-
this lady.
Waqf board
This is this
has to
lady,
do with
Banu
land.
Mushtaq saying,
Dasara is a
this is
celebration.
Banu Mushtaq.
Waqf
This is
board
Banu
is to do
Mushtaq
with
Yes.
land
saying
and
what?
property.
saying
That
what?
you
Dasara is
destroyed.
a celebration.
One second,
Please understand.
one second, Mr. Abbas. Don't speak over Mr. Iyer Mitra. He's bringing out some facts. Yes, what are you saying?
This is that video I played was Banu Mushtaq saying that you have destroyed the Kannada language by comparing it with goddess Basaveshwari. Apparently, comparing it to a Hindu goddess defiles the language. She has insulted Hindu gods. Now, see, we are not like her and Mr. Abbas who will go chop off people's throats for insulting our gods. You see,
What are you
we are not
saying?
those kind of people. But
you out
the
of your
problem
mind?
out
You said
here is
out
he
of your
cannot
mind,
come to a
Lord.
Dasera festival.
Rahul, what kind of language
He
is
cannot
this?
come for a
Okay.
Dasera festival.
Okay, one second. Let me just step in here. Let's not make it personal. Let's not make it personal. Let's not underscore. Let's not make it
This is
personal.
exactly the radical.
One
Rahul
second, let's
Gandhi
not make it
actually
personal.
tweeted
Lower
because
everyone's
that
faders.
radical
Let Mr. Iyer Mitra make his point. You are saying, Mr. Mitra, that
Induced riots.
no, one second. So you're making 2 points that there is a religious color to Dasara, number one.
No. Dasera is religious. No religious color. It is a religious festival, full stop.
It's
It
a
is
religious
Hindu
festival.
religious festival. There is no if or but. There is no color.
Okay.
It isn't a holiday.
So,
You understand?
Mr. Abbas, if
It
the
is reverence
Waqf
and a
property,
religious
if the
festival.
Waqf property board is a religious domain and there should not be any non-Muslims appointed to it, why should? And I'm not talking about precedence. It doesn't mean that precedence is always right. I'm asking you, why should an individual who, according to Mr. Mitra, has insulted a Hindu sensibilities be appointed to inaugurate this particular festival this particular year? Answer that question.
Firstly, let me take this opportunity and condemn the language of
Yes, we are
Abhijit
condemning it.
Mitra.
Now get on with
No,
it. I
he
want you to
said
respond.
chopping off heads.
Okay,
I've
viewers,
never
he's
mentioned
now
that.
going to play the
That's
victim
wrong.
card. He's not going to
That's
answer the
absolutely
question.
wrong,
And that's
Rahul.
it. I'm
You
lowering his
can't allow
fader. Yes.
such talks on the show.
One second. We've already taken a position. Now, if you want to keep making that an issue, that is up to you. We've taken a position. We've said, let's knock it off. Let's not be rude. So now you come back to the point and you answer this question.
Rahul, I
It's
need to make a
unfair.
quick
I'm a
rebuttal.
panelist on your show.
We
And
have-
you can't allow somebody to say,
We
"Oh, Abbas,
have
you have to
already
chop off
taken a
heads."
position
My
on
people
this,
don't go around
and it is a
splitting
position
votes,
that
okay? Let's be
it's a
clear about
position that respects. Hang on, it's a position that respects everyone's right to practice whatever they want to, and it's a position that suggests that we should not be rude to other panelists. So that's been settled, Mr. Abbas. Do you have an answer, or do you not have an answer? Yes or no?
I absolutely have an answer.
Answer.
Waqf board happens to do with property, land. And
I don't
Dasara
understand.
is a beautiful religious celebration. These two are
I want to
different.
come in here.
We cannot equate the two.
Okay, one
It
second,
is
viewers.
absolutely
This man is
unfortunate
completely,
that we are
this man
comparing
is
the two.
completely distorted the facts because he has been caught. From Asaduddin
You know,
Owaisi
BJP
to the
comment.
Congress to Maulanas, etc., have all come out. Even the AMLPB have said
Am I
that
Asaduddin
Daser, no,
Owaisi?
hang on, have come out
Am
and
I
said,
Maulana?
please lower his fader, have come out and said that the Waqf board represents religious interests and therefore you cannot have non-Muslims appointed to it. This is a fact that they have put on record in the standing committee and argued against the bill. And today he is telling me that Dasera is also religious, but there it's okay. You can have people from any religion, including atheists, etc., doing whatever they want to do. Yes, Sanju Verma, go ahead.
Thank you. Rahul, first point is this. You know, we were talking about Bangladesh, we were talking about Assam. I I found out a statistic, a bit of data. Bangladesh has a total land area of 1.49 lakh square kilometers. And guess what? There are just 1.31 crore Hindus left there. Assam has a land area of 78,000 square kilometers and there are 1.34 crore Muslims there. Now you do the comparison. But the moot point on Waqf is this. Entire village in Kaveri claimed by the Waqf. Entire village in Tiruchirappalli, which is 2,000 years old, claimed by Waqf, though Islam is only 1400 years old. Entire Banjara Hills Park area claimed. Railway land in Haldwani claimed by Waqf. 2 districts, Pune and Parbhani in Maharashtra claimed by Waqf. Delhi Airport, Parliament Building, Surat Municipal Corporation,
the point being,
Antilia, Army Headquarters at Pooch and Rajouri claimed by the Waqf. And you are sitting and giving lectures to Hindus, Mr. Abbas. Thoda to soch samajh kar boliye.
Okay, 1 second. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, let me just bring you in here. This is an important point, you see.
Allow me to...
1 second, Mr. Abbas, please. Yeah, Mr. Mishra, 1 second. We've heard you on the point. I brought you in on the point of the infiltrations. You have talked about it at great length, but not answered me when I asked you. You call this entire country falling into the spell of a militant Hindutva, which is now, hang on, violating the rights of Muslims, but you have no problems inviting more Muslims because actually it is a false viewers narrative. Muslims are very safe here. And they feel safe. Therefore, you have Rohingyas, you have Bangladeshis, you have Afghans, you have Syrians, you have Uzbekis, you have Tajikis, all wanting to come to this country and live here and partake of our lovely, well, Dharamsthala attitude, which Mr. Mishra will not talk about because it doesn't suit his politics. But Mr. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, I have to ask you this question, and it's a fundamental question tonight. Have we reached a point where India's appeasement card now does not know any limits? Simple.
Yes, because it is playing to desperation. It is a cornered rat. You know, the problem is the INC, when it was victorious under Indira Gandhi, under Nehru, under Lal Bahadur Shastri, under Rajiv Gandhi, even under Sonia Gandhi, it used to be the big tent party. Now, because they are basically scraping the bottom of the barrel, a leader who has failed at 3 elections, and even in failure, he claims moral victory. That is all is left. I wish them many more such moral victories. The problem is India has to pay the price for their moral victory because they'll sell us out.
Okay. Well,
they've become the Mir Jafar party.
We have reached a point of inflection now. And this has become a pattern. And I have established it through hard facts. None of these can be contested. These are people who are taking a stand and defending the stand that is being taken. So there is no ambiguity. Now you figure it out for yourself, viewers. I want to take a quick break. We're going to be handing you straight across to the Vantage with Palki Sharma. But before that, viewers, thank you for watching the Hard Facts from CNN News 18 Primetime Studio presented by Schneider Electric Smart Home Solutions. Stay with us.
Another world.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
In fact, going back to Pallavi, many would see this as some sort of a soft Hindutva approach by D.K. Shivakumar, which is now is in a series of statements that he's made on multiple issues. Just last week, he was the first one to come out and say that perhaps he's suspecting a smear campaign against the Dharmasthala temple when the state government had taken a different line, or going to sharing stage with Sadhguru alongside Mr. Amit Shah. Various of these aspects, many would see this as soft Hindutva by D.K. Shivakumar, who has time and time again said he's somebody who believes in God and practices his faith, and that has nothing to do with his politics or in which party he is.
Well, a couple of quick points here, and Harish, you would know this better than me. I mean, there's no doubt about the fact that DK Shivkumar is extremely religious and devout. I still remember when I was in Karnataka and I had tracked him to his constituency, Kanakpura, when he was filing his nomination papers. He spent around a good 2 hours first doing an in-depth puja before he filed his nomination. There are multiple stories on how before he does or takes any important decision, he actually seeks divine intervention. Look, there are leaders within the Congress like Digvijay Singh, like a DK Shivkumar and many others who make the point that being religious, going in for Hindutva doesn't mean that you agree with the BJP or the RSS ideology. In fact, Rahul Gandhi has always said that our idea of Hindutva or Hinduism is very different from that of the BJP plus the RSS. RSS and BJP look at religion from the prism of dividing people, whereas for us, religion also means you unite people irrespective of which religious belief you follow. So therefore, this argument will not cut much ice with the supporters of DK Shivkumar if he is accused of indulging in soft Hindutva to indulge the RSS or the BJP. And also I remember Rahul Gandhi once had told us that, you know, it's very important to know your enemy. That's exactly the kind of words which have been used by DK Shivkumar. He said, I've read multiple books on the origin of the RSS. I need to understand where they are coming in from